Good evening. Come on in. We is here tonight. Come on in. And while you're coming in, can you please go ahead and hit like? Hit some likes. Doesn't cost you anything. Just go on and hit like. Please. We appreciate your support of this work and this ministry that we're building here to bring spiritual, emotional, physical, psychological healing and health to our globe. We deserve it. We deserve it. You can read my t-shirt already. Come on, Stephanie Ramirez. She started it tonight. She said, I need to catch up on a couple nights, but I'm here. And that's what you do. You got all year to catch up. Good job. Come on, can y'all hit like for me, please? Let's get the likes in. We're up to 55 on YouTube. It looks like maybe 61 on together. All together. So come on. While we're waiting a few more seconds, can we go ahead and hit those likes? Oh, I see what that is. I thought it was something on my behind the scenes, but it's not. Yeah, it's still there. I'll work on it another time. Come on in, hit like. Tell those that are still coming in that we're asking that we hit like, please. Hit that like button. Help us do this work that we're all called to do. Come on, hit like. I like it. I like it, so I can hit like on it. You know the work by now. You know the work. You know what's coming. Come on, you know the quality. Are we hitting like? Hit that like button. Hit that like button. Hit that like button tonight. Hit that like button. Come on. Help me out. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Thank you, Cam Jackson. Absolutely. And she has attached hers to a prayer request. Awesome. So we got 2, looks like super chats out of our 10 goal that has been set. So thank you. Good evening to you, Ronnie Bonner, John Booker. Good evening, family. Rodney McCleary, so glad to see you with us. Let's see what other men in here I can shout out. I guess that's it right now. Oh, Patrick Hill, nice and early. Thank you, brother. Good evening to you. Mike Rose, early. Breathing, stretching, shaking. I know that's right. Let's go. Good evening, Jason. Robert Williams. All right, brothers. Got the brotherhood supporting tonight. You heal a man, you heal a family. You heal a woman, you can nurture a generation because she's a nurturer. Thank you, Rodney McCleary. Thank you. And let's celebrate his 3rd super on live stream. Thank you, Brother Rodney. I appreciate you. Constance, thank you for yours. Dolores Davis, thank you. Reclaiming her life back. I know that's right. We're going to the book tonight, so get your book out. We're going to the book tonight. Are we ready? Oh, you know what I wanted to point out to everyone too? I've been meaning to do this for the longest. I even put the sticker on the back of my phone so I can remember. In your book, how many of y'all got that thank you sticker? See if I can bring it up a little closer. You got that little thank you sticker with the QR code. If you ever want to go online and look at one of the videos while you're reading, even later on down the year or further, just scan that with your phone and it should bring you right to our YouTube page. Just open the book and scan it. If you're sitting in a chair and you don't feel like getting up or typing an address in, just scan that right there, that thank you. Scan that right there with your phone, and it would take you right in to start watching the videos again. Pastor D, we're reclaiming with you. Thank you, William Davis. Thank you, Tasha Ross. I appreciate y'all. And while we're getting started now, by chance, for those that are on YouTube, do you happen to see next to the chat button a gift box? I know they're requiring more and more and more for us. They're making things so hard. We may alter some things later on in the week, but you shouldn't notice them. But there is a new challenge that YouTube has put up to its users, its influencers, and it's called a gift box. There's something that we have to do in our setup in order for everyone to see it. But I want you to pay attention to that. You'll see the dollar sign, and some people will see a gift box. If you see the gift box, I need you to hit it. YouTube said if I get 3 people, if I get one person to at least give a gift box on 3 videos, that they would put us in the running for $1,000 offering to our work. So when you see that gift box pop up and when we're able to control it, we will let you know specifically. The catch is that you have to be on the app, and we can't stream this way like we are for better picture. We have to stream what they call vertical streaming. So it's something that we're going to have to do on our side. But I want you to pay attention to that. All I need is one on 3 videos, and they are going to put us in for this nomination for this $1,000 seed. And we need to make sure we get that. And again, the jewels that you purchase are like 99 cents. I think the highest was $49.99. The lowest was 99 cents. And they didn't put a specific on which one we get. They just said one jewel on 3 videos, and you're in the running for it. Thank you for letting us get that business out of the way. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to night 20 of Understanding and Healing from Trauma, our series. Tonight, we're diving into chapter 10, Developing Emotional Resilience, one of the most powerful tools for navigating life after trauma. Life after trauma. Resilience is the ability to adapt. I want you to pop that over in the chat for me, whether you're on Facebook or Instagram. I know a couple of my young millennials inboxed me and said, I'm watching you, Mama, on Instagram, and you look good. I like it when the young people say it. Has more depth and meaning. So if you're over there on Instagram, my young millennials, please go ahead and pop that in the chat right there for me. That is very important. And I think it has to go with what Pastor D has stated with her superstar, or her super chat that she posted tonight. Life after trauma. Life after trauma. There is life after trauma, and not the life that we've been living. Resilience is the ability to adapt, recover, and grow stronger in the face of adversity. And tonight, we'll explore how to cultivate it in your personal life. Tonight's t-shirt from Derek Cranford: let it hurt, let it heal, and let it go. Hope y'all can see it. Let it hurt, let it heal, and let it go. So let me ask this question before we get started. When we say let it go in Soul Detox or in the therapeutic mindset, what exactly do we mean? What exactly do we mean? Let it hurt, let it heal, let it go. What does each of those steps look like? So when we say let it hurt, we acknowledge the pain, right? We have to first acknowledge the pain. Letting it hurt means I am acknowledging it. Let it heal means I am taking the steps as taught in this detox, to begin to let it heal. And to let it go means life after trauma. And I want you to, if you get this t-shirt, I want you to make this a conversation piece with people, because they're going to say, I know that's right. And you're going to say, no, but do you know what letting it go mean? It doesn't mean time heals all wounds, wash it under the bridge, forget about it because nobody cares. Nothing's going to change anyway. No. It means that I have acknowledged my hurt. I have worked the processes to heal it. And you can give them any of the processes that we've done in our toolbox this 20 days. You can even talk about tonight, building that emotional resilience. That's how we let it go. We let it go by having emotional resilience. We're not letting it go. That doesn't work. The mind is too complex. We are too complex as human beings. Nothing lets go, even if we think so. It doesn't. We're just really, really good at burying things. Building emotional resilience doesn't mean ignoring pain. Come on, we're going to do something new this time around. Or avoiding challenges. It means learning how to process emotions. Let it go means learning how to process emotions. Stay grounded and maintain hope, even when life feels overwhelming. So let's embrace this opportunity tonight to grow together. Last night, I got a very intentional email, and this person had come up with some stuff that was buried, names that were buried in their soul. And they were like, I got names to these faces. And some, they said, I got faces without the names, but it's coming up during these 30 days. And they said last night was very hard for them. How was last night for you? Because sometimes I'm not always fully aware. I know I spoke with someone else today, and this person is a leader, and they were sharing how it was very hard, but they can actually feel it working, and it's hurting. And normally when it hurts, they had not equated that to working. They equated that to, oh, I got to do better at burying this stuff and do some work to distract myself. So the work they would do would be a coping mechanism, just as much as smoking a cigarette or anything else would have been for another individual. They jumped into their work when it started hurting, when the trauma or the stress or the pain started seeping out. But this time they realized they're letting it hurt. They're letting it hurt. They're acknowledging the hurt, because after they let it hurt and they acknowledge it, they can begin to start doing the healing work and then eventually work their way down to the letting it go. Whoa, that's not a gift he sent, is it? It is? He was okay, very good. All right, got you. Super chat. Was that which one was this that Mike Rose sent? Chat? I don't know them, but I acknowledge it. And this, I think, has been the biggest since we've been on. Mike Rose, God must be doing an awesome work in you. My God, if the seed was sown for the work, sir, I bless your life with change that has a manifested present, not just one that is internal, which I wish for everyone is the internal change. But I pray for a pressed down, shaken together, running over manifestation of this work to be done in your life. Thank you, sir, along with everyone else who has sowed tonight. And he sent in his $49.99 super star or super chat, one of them. He sent it. My God, thank you, sir. So our recap on last night, I want to hear a little bit about y'all. How was it on last night? Florence says, I think I am feeling life already and I'm prepared to do the work. How did you feel about last night? Last night, we explored forgiveness as a transformative step in the healing journey. And here's the recap of that. The power of forgiveness. Releasing resentment frees you emotionally and spiritually, allowing space for peace and growth. We did a soul detox on last night. We identified people and situations that we need to forgive and begin the process through prayer and reflection. And forgiveness as freedom. We acknowledge that forgiveness is not about excusing the harm, but about reclaiming our peace. So tonight, we turn to resilience, the next step in creating a life of emotional strength and healing. So, what is emotional resilience? Emotional resilience is the ability to manage stress. Wow. Sounds like we're in last year, right? In our EI. Emotional resilience is the ability to manage stress, cope with challenges, and bounce back from difficulties. How many need that? How many are tired of little things coming up in your life and setting you back, bringing up the fact that, see, this is why you don't trust anyone. This is why you don't even bother to forgive anyone. This is why you don't go anywhere. See, this is why I don't meet new people. This is why I don't give people my word. This is why I don't like helping people. Oh my God, my God, my God. How many need some emotional resilience in your life? And usually because the trauma, through whatever trigger, any means that triggers your feelings of the traumatic responses again, whatever happens, somebody letting you down, it could trigger trust. It could hit your identity. And now you're back in a trauma response. And if we deal with the trauma, we don't have to worry about these feelings again and these statements again and losing more opportunities and love and friendship and covenant. Emotional resilience. Put it in there. I need emotional resilience. I might have to do something with that because we can call it the ER, like the emergency room. Emotional resilience. Emotional resilience is the ability to manage stress. I'm saying it again. Cope with challenges and bounce back from difficulties. What's your bounce back like? Do you fall out of the race? Do you fall out of the race? You stop going to church, stop calling people back, start saying nobody thinks about you, nobody calls to check on you, knowing that you've been sending everybody to voicemail. Stop answering the door. Tell your family, don't even talk to those people about me. Tell them don't bring me up because I'm doing my own thing. You need ER. You need to go to the ER. You need to go to the Emotional Resilience Clinic. It's not about avoiding hardship. I'm not here to teach you how to avoid anything in your life. I am a confrontational person by making of my Lord and Savior. Confrontation does not mean argumentative. In my ignorance, I used to think that that's what people were saying about me. Confrontational does not mean that you're aggressive. Confrontational means you can't hold things back. If there's something that needs to be confronted, you are the type that has to bring it up. This ain't right. This doesn't sit right with me. This hurt. You shouldn't have said that. Confrontational people. It's not about avoiding hardships, but about learning to navigate it with strength and grace. So here's some key traits of emotional resilience, and then we're going to go into the book. Self-awareness, understanding and managing your emotions effectively. Got to have some self-awareness, and that's one of the keys in emotional intelligence. Adaptability, adjusting to change without becoming overwhelmed. Who in here really does not like change? I can't live without change. I feel like I die without change. But there are people I know that feel like they are the walking dead or stuck whenever change comes their way. How about optimism? Maintaining hope and a positive outlook even in tough times. Abrupt change. Okay. Seeking support seeking, reaching out for help and connection when needed. Those are the traits. Those are That's the DNA of someone who has emotional resilience. They are self-aware. They have adaptability. They have optimism. They know how to seek support. And they know purpose. They find meaning and direction in life, even after trauma. What's our scripture reflection? Let's go to the good book, 2 Corinthians. Let's go to 2 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 8. We are hard pressed on every side, but not crushed, perplexed, but not in despair. This is life after trauma. We are hard pressed on every side, but not crushed, perplexed, but not in despair. 2 Corinthians 4 and 8. I'm going to stop here from my notes, and I want us to go ahead to this book. Let's go to the book. Let's go to chapter 10. Chapter 10. Let's go. Healing from trauma is not a linear process. There will be days when you feel empowered and in control, and other days when old emotions resurface, making you feel vulnerable or even overwhelmed. The key to navigating these ups and downs is developing emotional resilience, ER, the ability to bounce back from challenges, adapt to stressful situations, and maintain a sense of hope and strength, even in the face of adversity. This is what you need. If you have any great calling on your life, if there's a calling to serve, a calling to lead, even if you're going to work by yourself, if you have a calling on your life to lead or to serve, you're going to need some ER because you're going to have to know how to bounce back in the face of adversity. Stop putting yourself out of the game. That's a sign right there that the enemy is on the scene because he's coming to steal, kill, and destroy. He's coming to steal the work that you've already put in. He's coming to kill the reputation that you've already earned for yourself. And he's coming to destroy your future. Stop stopping. Stop stopping and get some ER. Start planning your life around the ER. Soon as you start calling out and copping out, cowarding down, with some other words, we are not crushed. What is emotional resilience? According to the book, page 73. Emotional resilience is the capacity to manage and recover from emotional challenges. You should highlight that. It's not about avoiding difficulties or never feeling pain, but rather it's about being able to cope with those feelings in a healthy way and regain balance after experiencing emotional setbacks. For trauma survivors, emotional resilience is especially important because it helps you navigate the inevitable ups and downs of the healing process. Did I tell you yet that the healing process is going to have more than its fair share of ups and downs? Like, for example, maybe some of you have really been down the first 20 days of this work, and now you're starting to feel you're up. Or maybe you've been really up the first 10 days and you got lost somewhere in the next 10 days. And now the 20th day, you're back on here again tonight. It's ups and downs. Maybe these 30 days because you're in community and you have a coach charging your spirit up every night, reminding you that you are resilient, reminding you that you are strong, telling you to rest well and take care of yourself, how important you are, that you really matter. You know, maybe you're like, woo, woo. And on day 1 after the 30 days, or day 10 after the 30 days, you may feel your downs. Healing does not come without its fair shares of ups and downs. Thank you, Cheryl. Thank you, Cheryl Wilberg, for sending in yours. You are super dope. You're a millennial. It's not about avoiding difficulties. That's not getting the work done. That's coping. or never feeling pain. It's about being able to cope with our feelings in a healthy way and regain balance after experiencing emotional setbacks. For trauma survivors, emotional resilience is especially important because it helps you navigate the inevitable ups and downs of the healing process. Are y'all going to say that? The ups and downs of the healing process. Healing is a process. We've been saying at least for 2 or 3 chapters, it's not linear. It's not always just going to keep climbing up like that. Healing is a process, which means it's going to have its fair shares of ups and downs. Resilience allows you to face difficult emotions without being consumed by them. And it gives you the strength to keep moving forward, even when healing feels hard. Key components of emotional resilience include the ability to adapt, adaptability. Adaptability means the ability to adjust to change, cope with stress, and respond flexibly to challenges. Emotional regulation, another ER, the capacity to manage and soothe intense emotions like fear, like anger, or sadness without being overwhelmed by them. Positive mindset, maintaining a sense of hope and optimism even in difficult situations. Problem solving skills, being able to find practical solutions to challenges rather than feeling stuck or helpless. And once again, from 2 chapters ago, support networks, having people in your life who offer emotional and practical support during tough times. Thank you, Joel Rohina, for sending in your sticker. Thank you. The good news is that emotional resilience is not something you either have or don't have. That's the good news. You know why? He was born with it. She wasn't born with it. He has it. She doesn't have it. Not this one, honey. This is a skill. And when things are skills, they can be developed and even strengthened with practice. By learning to cultivate resilience, you can better handle the emotional challenges of trauma, recovery, and feel more confident in your ability to heal. Come on, we're in the book, chapter 10. The importance of resilience in trauma recovery is recovering from trauma often involves revisiting painful emotions. And that's what we've been doing on this journey, revisiting painful emotions, memories, and even experiences that were too overwhelming to process at the time of the event. This can trigger, tell me if this was you, waves of anxiety, sadness, frustration, and at times you may feel like you're taking one step forward and 2 steps back. Has anyone felt that way in this chat with us tonight? Even if you're listening to this in the future sometime, maybe you're on my podcast and you're replaying this. I'm asking this question to you even in the future. This work can trigger waves of anxiety and sadness, frustration, and at times you may feel like you're taking one step forward and 2 steps back. But this is when I say open up that salve, that neosporin that says self-compassion on it, and begin to rub that sore spot with some self-compassion. You've got to have compassion for yourself. So building emotional resilience is essential for several reasons. And one, it helps you manage setbacks. We need that. How far can you go in your life if you can't manage setbacks? How can you be a parent and not manage setbacks? Because they're going to come. How can you be on a team and can't manage setbacks? How can you be a leader and can't manage setbacks? They're going to come. Just because you're alive, it doesn't matter what level of life that you're leading in, influencing in, they are going to come. And sometimes when your self-compassion tank feels really, really empty, you ought to have a number that you know that you can call, and that this person or these people are your support network, and they're going to remind you who you are. And they're not going to judge you. They're not going to say, "Oh, I'm surprised you're a minister and you feel like this. You're a pastor. You're a prophet. You're a teacher. You run you're a CEO of a company. You work for you have a great job at the state. You have how many degrees? You're an apostle." And I need to encourage you. Yes. YES. Absolutely. I need that. And I call you because you are that support group to me. Emotional resilience. It also reduces emotional overwhelm. Does anyone operate in emotional overwhelm? Without resilience, intense emotions can feel like they're too much to handle. Resilience teaches you how to regulate those emotions so you don't feel as overwhelmed when they arise. It empowers you to keep going. Trauma recovery requires persistence. Emotional resilience gives you the strength to keep working through the pain and discomfort of healing. Knowing that you have the tools to handle whatever comes your way. Will empower you to keep going because emotional resilience gives you the strength to keep working through the pain, knowing that you have the tools to handle whatever comes your way. It helps you grow through challenges. I was reading in the comments here, some of us admitted we get stopped. We get stuck when challenges come, when people don't receive us, when people misunderstand us, when people reject us, when people don't love us, when we're talked about, when we're cast out. And those are challenges for us to grow through, not to die in. Resilience isn't just about surviving difficult experiences, it's about learning and growing from them. By developing resilience, you're able to take the lessons from your trauma and use them to build a stronger, more empowered version of yourself. So, how do we cultivate emotional resilience? Good question. Because emotional resilience is a skill, I want you to put that in the chat. is a skill. Is a skill. And when we say skill, it's important to call it what it is because it means it's not too late. You can develop the skill. And you can develop it through intentional practice and self-awareness. So let's talk about several strategies that will help you build resilience, allowing you to face your own emotional challenges with greater confidence and strength. Number one, practice it. Practice emotional resilience. Look at this chat. Look at this chat. It looks good. Is a skill. This chat looks good. It's blowing up. Practice emotional regulation. One of the core components of resilience is the ability to regulate your emotions. This means recognizing when difficult emotions are arising and having the tools to manage them in a healthy way. Here are some techniques for emotional regulation: the deep breathing, mindfulness, labeling emotions. Number two, developing a growth mindset. I'm going to do much more teaching on this in this upcoming year. Develop a growth mindset. Resilient people view challenges as opportunities for growth rather than an insurmountable obstacles. This is known as a growth mindset, the belief that you can learn and grow from difficult experiences. What does a growth mindset mean? It means that you believe that you can learn and grow from difficult experiences. You have to begin to pray for a growth mindset. Focus on what you've learned from past challenges. That's why I like that song. If he did it before, he can do it again. That's a growth mindset. That says that even though I've been afflicted, even though I'm going through some things right now, even though I don't understand why God, I know that he's done it before, so he can do it again. That's a growth mindset. That song and singing that song and believing those words of that song will help you to produce a growth mindset. The belief that you can learn and grow from difficult experiences. Father, I pray for those under the sound of my voice, those that are hearing it today, those that are hearing it in the future, that through the crown of their head, the governmental system of their being, that they will begin to grow and recognize that if you've done it before, you will do it again. And God is able to do all that He said He would do. He can do it bigger and He can do it better than He's ever done it before for you. You are now covered in a mindset to develop and grow so that you can learn and grow from every difficult experience that comes in your life. In Jesus' name, amen. Focus, focus. Sometimes you may have to tell that person on the phone, or that good friend, or that spouse, that loved one, someone you're with. Focus on what you learned from the past. I know what I learned in the past, but this one's scary, or I'm tired of going off. Focus on what you've learned from past challenges. It doesn't matter if it's different. It doesn't matter. It is time for you to be mature. I don't care if you're 12 or 17 or 77. It is time to be mature in your mind and to learn and grow from different experiences. It is time to grow a growth mindset. Focus. Practice reframing your negative thoughts. Stop sitting there and allowing them to minister to you and minister to you and minister to you and say these things to you. Nobody cares about you. Nobody loves you. And nobody will miss you if you don't show up. Well, God has called you to it. So if only the Almighty is looking for you and expecting you to be there and missing you not being in alignment with destiny and promises that He has for your life, isn't that more than enough? Isn't that the basic and the largest requirement of all? Practice reframing those thoughts. Instead of thinking, I'll never get through this, reframe it to, this is hard, but I've faced hard things before. All my life, I've had to fight. And she won them all because she was resilient, even through the hardest challenges of things that followed her through her childhood into her adulthood. If I've faced hard things before, I can handle this too. And I like the statement above all things, with God's help, I can do all things through Christ that strengthens me. I can do all things through Christ that gives me strength. 3, build problem-solving skills. You need this even in the workplace. That's why some of these people in the jobs, Lord Jesus have mercy, I almost spoke in tongues. Build problem-solving skills. Stop bringing people problems. I don't allow it anymore. I put a cap on it a long time ago. I'm going to sit there and hear you complain and hear you complaining, hear you whining, hear you point the finger, and I come home feeling completely slimed on. Day after day after day after day. Sometimes even through Soul Detox, you can't even get through it. And this and this and this and this and this. Build some problem-solving skills. You found the problem, find the solution to it. Emotional resilience involves being able to address challenges head on rather than feeling stuck or helpless. Building your problem-solving skills can help you feel more in control when difficulties arise. When faced with a challenge, break the problem down. We do this in intentional mentoring. Break it down into smaller, more manageable steps and focus on what you can control first in the situation. Brainstorm. Brainstorming also means you can pull in other people's brains, pull in other people's thoughts and ideas. Brainstorm possible solutions and evaluate which ones are most achievable. Take action, even if it's just a small step. Each step forward helps build momentum and confidence. Again, cultivate that self-compassion. Resilience requires kindness towards yourself, especially when you're struggling. Practicing self-compassion means treating yourself with the same understanding and care that you would offer a friend in need. When you make a mistake or feel overwhelmed, remind yourself that healing is a process and that it's okay to have difficult moments. Use compassionate self talk. Replace self criticism with supportive words like, it's okay to feel like this, or I'm doing the best I can right now, and tomorrow or later will be better. Remind yourself that healing takes time. Number 5, nurture supportive relationships. Resilience is not built in isolation. I'm done. All hearts and minds clear? I'm going in my room. Did you hear what I said? Pop up in the chat. What did I just say? My. Resilience is not built in isolation. That's half your problem. It thrives in connection with others. Come on, Lisa Palmer. Come on, Ashley Otero. Resilience is not built in isolation. It thrives in connection with others. Having a strong support system is one of the most important factors in developing resilience. Surround yourself with people who offer encouragement, empathy, and practical support when you need it. Reach out to trusted friends, family members, or professionals like a therapist or life coach, your pastor, a minister. Join a support group if you need to, or some awesome online communities where you can connect with others who have experienced similar changes. Sharing your story and hearing others' stories can provide a sense of validation and belonging. And number 6, practice self-care. Now, we've come a long way. We have with the self-care, what's the word I want to use? With the self-care understanding. But please, can we stop thinking that self-care is getting a mani and a pedi? Can we stop thinking that self-care stops with a mani and a pedi and a massage? Taking care of your physical, emotional, and mental well-being is essential for resilience. Regular self-care replenishes your energy. That's what Jesus was doing when he went away after great ministry assignments, heavy workloads, whatever he was carrying when he went through different towns and ministered to different people in communities. He went away, and he went away to take care of his physical, emotional, and mental well-being because he knew that he had to be resilient. Regular self-care replenishes your energy, reduces stress, and helps maintain balance in your life. This might include the number one way we do not do self-care: getting enough sleep and rest. Getting enough sleep or rest. You know, you should plan time off so that you're not calling out sick, so that you don't be so tired, like, oh my God, I can't go to work and church. I'm gonna have to skip one or skip both. Or you begin to become tired of the things that's supposed to be refueling you, recharging you, refilling you. You begin to get tired when you allow yourself to get to a point where you're tired and exhausted. If you practice self-care and you practice getting enough rest and sleep, first 3 months of every 3 months is a quarter. It's called a quarter of a year. We have 4 of them every year. You should take a rest. I remember when I started ministry, it was told to me one of the golden rules was every 3 months, if you just go to a Marriott down the road, go and get a room for at least the weekend. Refuel, recharge, get out of your environment, talk to people, meet people, read a book, sleep in a little bit. When is the last time that you planned sleep and rest? This is why we're sick and overweight. We're calling out sick and we're making excuses why we can't show up for this. We can't show up for that. You're not getting enough sleep and rest. Sleep and rest is intentional. It needs to be intentional and it needs to be on your calendar like everything else is on your calendar. We need to get back to that. We take vacation time from work. On vacation time, we run like we're teenagers. And then we come back, usually not even days before it's time to go back to work, so we can at least rest, maybe get the house together, get the grocery shopping done. So that when we start work, we have a pretty nice week because everything's already in order. Most people come back either that morning or the night before and go right back to work. A vacation is not rest. A vacation is not sleep, especially some of the vacations I've seen y'all take. Lord have mercy, Jesus. I've turned down vacations with people. I'm not doing all that. No way. Not before I take a sleep and rest one. And for women, sometimes it's important for you to get a sleep and rest away from your home. Because as soon as we take some time off, now we want to start being devoted to every chore that's been needed in the house, things that we fell behind on. You know, we like to prepare the house before spring cleaning and summer cleaning and winter decluttering, fall decluttering. You know, we have our dusting times and we have all the extra, you know, when we get the dust off the molding and the trim of the house. You know, we have our seasons for that. As soon as we stay home, now we're going to use that time for the house. That house will be there and somebody else will be dusting it and keeping it nice when you're dead in your grave because you didn't sleep and rest so that you can live a long, healthy life. Hear me when I say this to you. Schedule your sleep and schedule your rest. It has even been determined in the workplace that people who take vacations and plan it where they can have rest at maybe the last couple of days of their vacation, they rest and then they come home and they have like 2 days or so before they go back to work, have less sick use in their job. Less sick use. Because it starts here for a lot of these things that we're going through. Practice self-care. Yeah, yikes. Absolutely. You know how many nice places there are to go to? How many bed and breakfasts, especially I can speak for New England, from the New England all the way up to New Hampshire, Vermont, Nantucket, Cape Cod, Maine, Martha's Vineyard. So many nice bed and breakfasts. You don't need a girl's trip. You need a girl trip. You need to go and check you out. How are you doing? I'm sorry I haven't treated you well. I'm sorry I haven't been putting the right nutrients in you. I'm giving you all this processed food. I'm sorry that I'm running you and working you the way I am because I'm trying to avoid my pain in life. So I'm jumping into work and serving everybody. I'm sorry for how I treated you. What do you need, girl? Talk to you. I used to go away every January to the Cape by myself. It's a nice little inn. It is amazing. And the good thing about January was that it was off season. So I could stay in like an $800 room for $200 a night. And it would have everything I need. And at some of these, and I mentioned the bread and breakfasts because you know, some of them, they have the breakfast there. You can go down in your nice pajamas or your robe. You can sit using like this. They have like a sun porch. You can sit with your book. You can put your headphones on. You can just nod out. Other people are just nodding out. Nobody's there to turn up. There's no kids there. It's your ER weekend. It's your R&R weekend. Rest and relaxation. And I used to go every single January. And the only reason I stopped is because they weren't getting enough business in January. So now they closed down for the month of January and they open for Valentine's Day in February, but they don't officially open until March. And I've been really lacking in replacing that. And I like the challenge of having to drive for 3 hours by myself, checking into the place, going to sleep by myself, waking up alone. I would go out to the little grocery market and get the things that I need from the market so that I have snacks. And I like cheese and crackers and mangoes and things like that, jam in my room. And then I would make a reservation, go out at night. Sometimes people would come and talk to me because they're wondering why I'm alone. But it puts you back in power and in control of your life. And it will even show you when you're too dependent on people that you don't want to go away by yourself. You're afraid to be alone. You don't even want to be alone with you, but you wonder why other people might not want to be with you. You don't even want to be with you. When is the last time you've taken a weekend for yourself? Go to one of these resorts that are in our New England region, all the way up to New York. Get a room, sit by the pool, get a massage. Come on, put your pennies away. Nickels, dimes, and quarters. Plan your rest and sleep. Eating nutritious meals and staying hydrated. Do you know that going to get an extra large drink is not self-care? But it's $1. And what is it doing for you with the calories? You're paying $1 for 10,000 calories when you could have treated yourself to the same dollar and got a small and got 1,000 calories. But we want to supersize and super large. How is that helping us? Saving $1? You're not even saving $1. You're looking for free stuff, but the free stuff ain't free. It's showing up on your hips, your arms, your thighs, your buttocks, your neck, your cheeks. Oh, come on, people. People are supposed to want to serve the Christ that we serve because we have supreme health and wealth and peace and love. And we are going to people who don't even know Christ to get help with our weight, to get help with how to eat right. We have the very word that tells us how to eat. But, I'm going to go get this milkshake with all this whipped cream on it because I deserve it. Really? Who taught you that? That's self-care? I'm going to go and I'm going to get this burger with fries and I'm going to sit here and enjoy myself. Enjoy yourself? Have you ever seen a video of what your blood looks like when we put all this grease in our blood? It's like sludge going through our system. That's why some of y'all can't even stay awake through the meal. Truly, I'm talking the truth tonight. You're going to receive it anyhow, unless you hang up on me. But this is the truth. That is not self-care. The way you eat shows me you don't have that much love for yourself. Come on. It's us. It's me standing in need of prayer. Come on, guys. Let's make our confessions known tonight. It's not love. Some of us are addicted to our food. We're addicted to the sugars in our food. Self-care. Mani-pedi massages. Time to go to the next level in self-care. Engaging in physical activity that you enjoy. Some of us are so stressed out and just so lagging and lacking energy in our body because of what we eat. We go from the kitchen to the couch when we should go from the kitchen outside. Walk up and down the driveway a few times. Come on, I'm speaking to myself too. Practicing self-care, setting aside time for hobbies, relaxation, and fun. Why don't you have fun in your life? Why? Why don't you have fun? Why don't you enjoy your life? It's your life. And you want to depend on other people to make you happy? Set aside time for hobbies. What do you like to do? Do you like to build puzzles, knit, crochet, read? Do you like to bake? Do you like to try some new things? What is your hobby? In our psychology training unit, we were studying man and the psychology of being male and how men have to have hobbies and men have to have hobbies that close my door, and men have to have hobbies where they use their hands. That's the way they were made. And it could be from the curse, that they had to go and till the ground until they had sweat of the brow. But men have to have hobbies. And if you remember TV or just videos back in the day, men were always in the garage. That was their space. They were always tinkering with an old TV, or I don't even know if they ever fixed anything, but they'd be tinkering with the TV, tinkering with the kids' bike, tinkering with things, because men have to be busy with their hands. It's psychologically true, which also taught us that if a man doesn't know his purpose, if a male does not have purpose and doesn't know it and is not living in purpose, he's usually a very depressed man. He can have a beautiful wife. He can have amazing children. He can have a beautiful home. But if he does not have purpose, doesn't know his purpose, isn't living out his purpose, he's a depressed man. And what does he do with his hands? He gets himself in trouble. His hands are getting into things that they shouldn't be in because he doesn't know his purpose. He's not active about his purpose, and he's not in his purpose. That's the psychology of a male. He needs something to do. If your husband doesn't have anything to do and you like having him around the house with you, you are a troubled wife. If you don't encourage him to do some things outside of you, you are a troubled wife. Practice self-care, building resilience through setbacks. It is important to recognize that emotional resilience does not mean you will not face setbacks. It means that when setbacks occur, you have the tools to recover from them. Healing from trauma is a process filled with progress and occasional setbacks. And here is how to use setbacks as opportunities to build even more resilience. We're a little over time, but let me just take a glance back here. I think there's some people that I need to shout out. Doesn't look like many people are commenting tonight. That's some hard ministry tonight. Tasha Ross, thank you. Okay, we hit our goal, 10 out of 10. Where's Cheryl at? She usually tells us when we hit our goal. Come on, where you at? I saw a few more I want to shout out. I just want to honor you for this. Rosalie Smith, thank you. Thank you for sending in yours. Cam Jackson, she sent in 4, 5, 6. Jeez, thank you. Tasha Ross, thank you. Awesome. Thank you all so much. We'll stop there for tonight, if that's okay. Are we all right tonight? And let's get back to where we are for tonight. So I want you, for your soul work, I want you to think on some things. I want you to think so that you can be more aware of yourself. What emotions or thoughts do I hold on to that make me feel stuck? Good. This is welcomed truth. Processing the gut punch. We are here. This was awesome. I took it all in. Good. Think about it. Come on, this is your soul work. What emotions or thoughts do you hold on to that make you feel stuck? Fear, insecurity, self-doubt, guilt. Find yours. Thank you, Patrick Hill. Again, brother, thank you. Number 2, how do these emotions impact your ability to heal? Because you know they do. They probably make you a dweller. You dwell on things. They make you very weary. They bring self-doubt in. And what step can you take to begin releasing these barriers? This is your work. Choose one emotional roadblock to address this week. Choose one emotional roadblock to address this week. Example of what I'm stating: practice self-compassion when feelings of guilt arise by affirming, I am doing the best I can, and that is enough. And when you begin to doubt yourself again, affirm yourself again. Choose one emotional roadblock that you know you deal with and address that on this week. And then tomorrow we're going to deal with an action plan on building that emotional resilience. Emotional resilience is not about doing it all on your own. It's about leaning on God for strength and wisdom. Our biblical coaching For tonight, Isaiah chapter 41, verse 10. So do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand. We're going to pray. Lord, thank you for being my strength when I feel stuck and weak. Help me to develop emotional resilience by trusting in your guidance and grace. In Jesus' name, amen. Come on, you're going to do it with me this time. Come on, recite and repeat. Are you ready? Lord, thank you for being my strength when I feel weak. Help me to develop emotional resilience by trusting in your guidance and grace. In Jesus' name, amen. Tonight, we've begun exploring the process of developing emotional resilience, focusing on practical steps and spiritual anchors. Tomorrow, we're going to continue chapter 10 by diving into specific tools and strategies to maintain resilience and make a resilience plan in the face of ongoing challenges. I want to thank you for joining me tonight on our 20th night, for your dedication to this healing journey. Developing emotional resilience is a lifelong process, so go nice on yourself. But each step you take strengthens your ability to navigate life with courage and grace. Remember, you do not have to do this alone, and God's strength is always available to you. If you'd like personalized support in building resilience or navigating challenges, me and my team is here for you. You can visit us at www.suzannemhoward.com or message me to learn more about our one-on-one coaching opportunities. You have 1 week left to book your 4-week special. We offered 4 weeks of going over this. It's a appetizer. It's a caveat. $30 a session. You have to get $30 each session, and they have to be used in 4 weeks. From the date of purchase, you have to book your 4 over the next 4 weeks. And it's going to be like a booster shot into this work that we're doing. And I want you to see how blessed you feel in the 4 weeks, how much change has come already in the 4 weeks, that you will say, you know what? I want to sign up for a coaching plan for 12 months because that's what we're offering. Give us 12 months to work on this with you. And let's discuss a budget and let's get this work done in your life. Let's not be, I'm back on 30 days. I'm back on 30 days. And you've done nothing more than 30 days for the last 9 seasons of your life. Rest well tonight. You've done a great work today. And I want you to know that you are building a foundation of strength, hope, and growth. I'll see you tomorrow night for night 21. That means we have 9 nights left. Can y'all believe it? This is how well you've done. You did it. 9 left, and you've knocked out 21. Come on, stay in the race. I wish above all things that you prosper and be in good health, even as your soul prospers. God bless you, and good night.